reached out and tried to, like, know what happened, and like try to know, like, my side of story. I know, like, maybe my best couple had gone and told, and as actually I came to learn the other day, my best couple went and told my pastor the same story, that the wedding was called off because I cheated, of which it was a total lie. It was a total lie. But it was very painful. It was really painful because, as I said, like, I was serving in this church diligently, and not even just the church. It was all about God.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for showing me love, those who are still commenting. I really do appreciate. Thank you for subscribing, and those who have not subscribed, kindly remember to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Yeah, we're going on with our stories. I want to keep telling you stories about my life and my past, and maybe hopefully the present. Let's get right to it.
I'm going to take it right from where, we stopped last time. Yeah, so, well, it happened. Yeah, so guys, so I finally got to, find out, a lot of things through the help of the baby mama. And yeah, so now depression registered officially. Like before it was just that, like you just think like, I think I'm depressed, but at this point now, it was like, no, it was inevitable. Depression had hit home, and now it was for me to deal with it. Guys, forgive me, let me get some tissue because I don't know, I feel like I'm going to cry. I promise you guys, like, you're not going to really cry, but I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So, I remember the first thing that happened. Guys, if you remember, I had never told my parents what was actually, going on. All I told them is like, I'm not having the wedding. It's cancelled, and I don't want anybody to ever, talk to me or ask me about the wedding. And I went back to, not leaving my room. And if you remember, I had, my small business that was still, not really running, because at the moment, like, it had gone very low. What happened at that point, I had to close the business, but not like really close it. It's just, locking with the key and lock. For 2 months, I paid rent without opening. I think now that is the first time, like, I realized, like, I'm really, stressed and actually depressed. Yeah, so I had to close my shop. The few staffs remaining were still inside there, but so I was paying rent, but I never opened the shop for about 2 months. Then I got to a point and I was like, it's not even making sense. So I went and, just sold everything, like, even at a loss. I think I even gave out some dummies, because I told you I used to even sell clothes. I gave out some dummies, whatever, the bags, I sold them at a loss. And that was that. So I closed the business, and that was the end of it. Another thing I remember, so now here's where I start counting my losses. The one thing that hurt me the most is the fact that, I had like a small business, something that was good, that was going on for me, and now it was no longer there. And You see, if I didn't tell you guys, but how I ended up, opening the shop is because we were all fired from the hotel. So anything to do with the hotel industry, it was showing red. Like there was no way like I could go back to, or something else to begin with. And you can imagine running a business, however small, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of you giving your time and everything, because this is where you're going to get everything and anything you want. So I had put a lot of work on it and in it, but now here we are. That is the one thing that really hurt me the most from the breakup and me now getting depressed. Okay. So yeah, I closed my business. Another thing I remember, I had an uncle of mine who was planning, and we were making plans for me to leave the country. I was supposed to go to the US. Yeah, I was supposed to go to the US, but what I told my uncle is, I'm sorry, I cannot do this right now because I'm getting married. And here we are, I'm no longer getting married. Now you can see, guys, like, I'm literally counting my losses. Those are the things that really hurt me. Oh my God. Apart from like, now going through the depression and the heartbreak, you see, now I don't have a job. I lost my chance because I remember actually my uncle couldn't, like, he stopped talking to me because he was really, really disappointed in me. Because I remember, like I told him, like, I used to tell the guy, like, since my uncle is making plans for me, and maybe in a few months or something I'm supposed to leave the country. What we do is like we just get married, and then we'll know about the rest after I'm gone. So that is what we agreed with my guy here. And of course for my uncle, he was not okay with that, because and if anything, he was like, it's too early. Why are you even settling now? Like, I mean, you need to first get your life together and stuff like that. But for me, my head ilikuwa wapi? Kwa harusi na kuoleka. And now here we are. It's now wedding. So those are the things that, like, really broke my heart, because I was looking at things and I'm like, wow, I wish I didn't go through with this. Like, I wish I took some things more seriously. But anyway, as I said, all things happen for good. Guys, I'm literally trying not to cry. Please bear with me. And I really hope my voice is audible. I'm really trying. So that was that. Now my uncle was not, like, talking to me, and yeah, so that was cancelled just like that. And it was not at that time. So my plans for the US got cancelled, a while back, when I revealed to my uncle, like, I'm getting married, so there's no way I'm going to go through with these plans unless it's after I'm married, so that we can plan with my husband. I don't know if I was being nice or I was just stupid. But I mean, this is life. These are the things that we go through. And well, God knows why I didn't go then. Maybe it was all meant for me. So like trying to console myself with. Okay. So yeah, well, I got really depressed, and I remember it started happening, like, anytime I used to leave my bed, I used to step out of the door and I just faint. Oh my God. Yeah. I remember one time my dad actually said, like, I don't want anybody talking to Marion or telling her anything about the wedding. Oh my God. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, so my dad said, like, nobody should ever talk to me about the wedding, and nobody should ever say to me, like, anything about the wedding. Like, it had gotten worse because, like, guys, I was not, like, even eating. I was not talking to anybody. I was just locked in my room, and I was crying the whole day, you know. Because number one, I'm fighting, like, because I'm trying to imagine, like, what am I going to tell people? What are people going to think about me when they know, like, oh God, no. What are people even going to think when they know, like, I'm no longer getting married? And as I thought, people got to judge me. People judged me and they didn't even, like, nobody ever came to ask me, like, what really happened. Nobody ever cared or bothered to know my story. And it was so painful because, guys, I'm telling you, like, I had taken all these things. I had, tried to, put on a brave face. I had tried to, show everybody like everything is okay. But then, when shit hit the fan, nobody ever came to me. Literally, nobody ever came to me to ask me, like, what happened. And of course, like, what goes around very fast. And the worst part is, and the part that hurt me the most, is because my best couple, the people who are supposed to, like, even try and, protect me or protect us, are the same people who went, spreading rumors and telling all lies about why I'm not getting married. It was really painful and it really hurt me. To date, like, I think about it and I'm like, these are the people I had trusted and these are the people I thought that, are going to, be by my side when, everything goes south. But now they're the people who are in the front line to, embarrass me, to put me to shame. Because I was getting all types of stories. So it was said like I was cheating, that is why I'm no longer getting married. And especially that, it was said that my best maid, the woman who was supposed to be my best maid, after all this, is the one who started the rumors or, started the gossip that the wedding is cancelled because I cheated or because I was cheating. Whereas they're the first people who are told, like, oh my God, I never thought this person. I'm really trying, like, not to cry. God, Jesus. Yeah, she was the first person who I actually told, like, what actually was happening. I didn't even tell my parents because I trusted her so much. And I told her, like, this is what is happening. And that is why, like, I can't, continue with the wedding. But instead of, like, even coming to my rescue or even trying to, console me or, look out for me, she went spreading rumors. It was really painful. It put me, like, it made even my situation worse. I was already depressed, and now hearing all the fake and lies that, people were telling, it really, put me in a, very bad place. But yeah, so guys, what was there to do? There was no wedding. My life, had come to a standstill. I am now, like, literally jobless. And I have nobody to talk to. Literally nobody. And as I'm saying again, like, nobody ever bothered to come and ask me, like, Marion, what happened? I as much as I didn't want to talk, I wish there was somebody who came and asked me, like, we had you no longer getting married, like, what is going on? Or what really happened? But nobody did. All people did was, judge me and tell all their lies without even getting to know my side of the story. Okay? Yeah, so I began my journey of depression. So after like, I don't know, like 3 months, I was not getting any better. I was stuck in the house crying all day, like, not talking to anybody, not even telling anybody, like, what happened or what is going on. Sorry. Yeah, so what my parents decided is best for me, I go live somewhere else. I don't know, like, my dad was thinking, like, it would be therapeutic that, I'm away from my home so that people stop, giving me those weird looks, and I'm away from all the talks and, the lies. So, yeah, I went to my, parents' friends' home in Karen. So yeah, I went to live there. And again, as I said, like, I was away from my, I had blocked on my social media. So I didn't want like to, talk to anybody. I didn't want to be asked questions and stuff like that. Yeah, so I went to live in Karen to try, and heal, and also be away from, all these people and all the drama, to try and leave the drama behind. But I'm telling you guys, you see, now as I've still not, talk to anybody about this, so the healing process was of course going to take a lot of time. So I went there, I told them the story, the family, the wife was a pastor. So she tried, like to counsel me and guide me. But then at some point I felt like, this is not even really working. So also after, I think also close to 3 months too, about 3 months or so, I left. But guys, let me tell you, before I even went to Karen, after I broke up with this guy, my first thought was, to hop into another relationship, because I'm trying to bury these feelings. I'm trying to, run away from, all this drama and everything, and I don't want to go through the emotions. Okay? So I decided to have a rebound. Not call it a relationship, because it really wasn't. I had a rebound with some guy who I thought, like was really nice. And of course he was treating me exactly the opposite of this other guy. So that is how we ended up together. I told him my story, and again, he's somebody I was already talking to. Not like a relationship where it was like we wanted to have a thing, no. But, I used to tell him, like, imagine my guy is doing this, I'm thinking of this, this and this is happening. So we had like that kind of friendship. So it was not really hard for us to begin something, okay? Yeah, so he's the same guy, I think it was actually me who was forcing issues. Maybe for him, all he wanted to be was just, friends. And give me like, a shoulder to lean on, genuinely, maybe. But for me, because I'm trying to, there is something that, that is killing me inside, and I'm trying to cover it, I was forcing like a relationship, like, a boy-girlfriend relationship. And so, as a man, what does he do? As they say, like, you can't go there, like, umejipa too, alafu you think like the guy is going to say no. Maybe he's straight, or, something, he could have said no. But now, yeah. So I kept, pushing, like, he brings me the chocolates, doing nini, some to small dates. It was making me feel nice, because I was like, this is exactly the opposite of what I was missing from, not like, I would call it the previous relationship. Now, here is where I was, like, given a proper character development. What happened next? One of my sisters was still in high school, I guess, or rather close to clearing. So what he did, this guy hakuwa na kazi yangu. He was not like really into me. so sad. He was not really into me, and I guess I'm the one who was, like forcing issues here. And again, it was just a rebound. I think for him, he knew it, because I was just from a relationship. It's like yesterday and then today I'm here trying to have a relationship. Alinipatia proper character development. What he did, killed me twice. I was already dead. Now I died twice. After all this fling going on, and all the dates, and me feeling like I'm being loved by somebody the way I wanted to be loved, he moved on with my sister. Moment of silence. Yeah, he moved on with my sister as soon as my sister cleared school. And you see, I don't I don't want to I'm not here to trash them or to trash my sister, because if anything, this is water under the bridge. And why I'm telling these stories is because they're in the past. Don't mind me crying or being emotional. I already excused myself. That is me. And well, as I said, I'm still healing. These are things that still, they trigger me, because you think of all those things and you're like, wow, life, man. Okay. Yeah, so he moved on with my baby sister as soon as she finished high school. I remember, guys, you remember I didn't even have a phone. There's a phone I don't know he had bought, or it was an old phone. He had promised to give me, and it was given to my sister. I'm telling you, my blood sister, not like sister, the fake ones. No, my blood sister. And now, at this point, I don't really judge my sister. It felt so bad at then, and it was so dramatic, I was already depressed and frustrated, so I was like a mad woman, by the way, that time. I was threatening to even kill my sister, I was going to kill everybody, because, I was already hurt, and now here I'm trying to, have something, to fill the void, actually, and now it's gone. And worse, it's by my sister. And as I said, I don't want to put the blame on my sister, because she was still young. I don't know if she had even really turned 17. So I think she was just excited, hey, I have a boyfriend. And I always say, you don't know what lies the guy told him. I don't know what lies he was telling him. Maybe for real, it's your sister that is, forcing this relationship. I'm not really into her. So my sister got excited. And again, this is a guy who has money. He has a car. He can buy her chocolates and all those nice things. And she's just from high school. So I think she was just excited for her. I always try to take her as innocent. I know you guys will feel all types of things. I also went through those emotions and feelings, and I felt all that. But at this point, I try to see it the girl's just taking advantage. Yeah, because for me, I'm broken, and there's nothing much I can do. And if anything, I can't even really claim him as my boyfriend, so he can do whatever he wishes. So yeah, my sister, they went with the wind. And whatever happened, I don't know, and I don't want to talk about it, because as I said, I'm not here to trash them or even my sister. I love her so much, even after all is said and done. Yeah, and if anything, I used to curse her then, but voila, she actually did a very huge and beautiful wedding. Because once you're sorry and you ask God for forgiveness, I always believe He forgives us. And as I said, she was innocent. She was just a kid, so she didn't even really know what she was doing or how much she really hurt me by doing that. Okay? So you can imagine my depression, it could have never gotten easier or better. You move, it's from the frying pan into the fire. Okay? Yeah, so I'm telling you guys, I was broken twice, nothing simpleness. And I was always God, why are you doing this to me? I'm telling you guys, I was so mad at God. I was so mad, I never wanted to hear anything about God, never wanted to hear anything about sijui kanisa na nini. If I used to go, it's because naishi kwa, with my parents, and I'm telling you guys, you can't be left in that house unless you want to be homeless. So I used to go, but deep down I was like, whatever. Because I was like, God, why would you disappoint me this much? I served you diligently, I gave my all in church. Like sometimes when I think about that, it really hurts me because I always remember, like guys, I told you, like I even used to leave my shop open and go to fellowships. I was not even like pretending, because even who was I even pretending to? If anything, like was better at church than the other guy. So I was feeling like God really let me down. Like, why would you allow this to happen to me, God? Like it was just so sad and like a very painful experience. But I'm telling you guys, I came to appreciate that this was all God's doing. It was all God's work, and He protected me, and He actually saved me from the biggest mistake of my life. Okay, but then it didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like that, I can tell you for sure. And then you see again, like the church itself, it also really disappointed me. It really disappointed me, and it failed me big time. Okay, so this is where, guys, I actually quit church shortly after that, because I remember immediately after that, a lot of things happened, and then I got a good chance to totally quit church, because I felt like this is church I was brought up in. This is a church that I've known all my life. Like since I got to know myself, I had never ever stepped into any other church. And at this point is when I feel like this is where they should have come in. They knew me. If anything, they're the people who knew me better than anybody else. And so I always felt like somebody would have just reached out and tried to know what happened, and try to know my side of story. I know maybe my best couple had gone and told and as actually I came to learn the other day, my best couple went and told my pastor the same story, that the wedding was called off because I cheated, of which it was a total lie. It was a total lie. But it was very painful. It was really painful because, as I said, I was serving in this church diligently, and not even just the church. It was all about God. And then to have no one, literally no one, ever coming, or reaching out or trying to even know, what happened to me, it really broke me. Because I was like, did I even matter to these people? Or am I was I just another number in that church? And guys, most of us, we go to church to try and, find peace. That is the place you feel like, you can be safe. It's a place you feel like is even safer than home. But these guys didn't care about me. They didn't. If anybody ever looked for me, if anybody ever reached out, if anybody ever cared to know my story, I wish they would come here and say, they reached out or they called me and I didn't pick up the phone. Including actually my best couple, because they were also from the same church, and instead they went ahead there telling all false stories and all the lies, not caring how I was feeling. I was already depressed. I'm telling you guys, my parents and my siblings can tell you, I used to, the moment I leave my bed, I couldn't step outside. Nikki's mama to be I just faint. It was that bad. It was that bad. My ulcers were too much, they became worse because, I'm not eating and all I'm doing is crying. I'm not even talking to anybody. Man, I don't know if it were you guys, I don't know if you would ever even really go back to such a church. My mom always used to ask me what happened to you, I brought you up, in church in very godly and Christian ways. What happened to you that you changed? I didn't change. I had no choice. I felt like, like, what am I even doing in that church? I just chose to, like, let me just have a personal relationship with God. But about church, I was done. For real. I was done. Okay? So, oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I was just really hoping to, to cry, but I mean, like, I remember some of these things, and maybe, like, I don't know if I even cried enough at that time, because I remember now, and it feels so bad. Because it's a lot of triggers. Please forgive me. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And yeah, so as I was saying, like, in my depression, I was all alone. And then here, my parents have shipped me to live in another home. As for them, they thought, like, it was going to be therapeutic. But what I used to do is, like in those homes in Karen, of course, it was a nice and prominent family. I won't explain much about it, that doesn't matter. But you see, like, most of the part of the day, you're left there with the workers because everybody else is busy. Their children, of course, they were all grown up. Nobody was even close to my age. So you're all left with workers. So the better part of the day, all you do is, sulk and, sit in bed and cry. So it was not even therapeutic. It was not even helping. And all we were doing is going to church. And already, I had disconnected with God because I was already feeling so bitter. I was so bitter and I was so mad. Like, I was feeling like, God really let me down at that time. As I'm saying, I came to learn and understand later that, this was actually God, working for me and, even saving me. Okay? Yeah, so, yeah, I did my time, like, in Karen, and then I got to a point and I was like, you know what, guys, like, I'm sorry, but I can't live here anymore because it doesn't feel like it's even helping. And all I was doing, was crying all day. At one point, that mama also mad me, and she was like, you can come to my house and you're always, sad here. You came here to heal and everything, but they couldn't understand. Now you see, like, from my story, I had too much, like, I had taken in too much. Now it's when it had all built up, and now I was letting it out. So, anytime you just sit and think of something, it's a trigger. I remember, like, I once had a job, I was busy. Now I'm here sitting like a baby, and the next thing, I don't know, like, maybe they're also going to make me one of their workers or something, of which was okay because I couldn't have sat there, like, idle throughout. If anything, I was just trying to, help in cooking and stuff, just to keep me busy and distracted. But after that, you go back to your own room and you're sad. Because I'm not healed and I've not even talked to anybody. Nobody still understands, like, my story. Nobody understands my pain. Okay? Yeah, so guys, yeah, well, that was it. I did my time in Karen, and then I came to a point and I was like, I have to leave. I can't continue being here. And yeah, I left Karen, and of course I was not okay. So my friend Joy, I actually told her, like, I'm leaving Karen, I'm going back home. And then she said, you can't go back to the same situation and same things. You come and stay with me here for a short while. Sorry. Then we can see what we can do. And then on this other side, this guy, I'm telling you, he's crazy. He started asking me, mnirudishie rasho yangu. He started demanding back the money he had paid for my dowry. And now he's calling me. He's not even calling the people they negotiated with. He's calling me. He started blaming my sister. She's the reason why our relationship failed. I don't even know why she was being blamed. I don't even understand, because she was nowhere, like, in the picture. Even for her, most of the things, she even maybe getting to know them now. So it was just tough, it was a hard time. Like, guys, I really got depressed, but I went through it. And I made a lot of mistakes trying to, heal and recover from that. And I'm not here to show, like, to pretend like I'm even the victim, sorry. In most of those cases, of course, I also made my mistakes. And, as a human being, yeah, I made my mistakes. I'll tell you of the other, a very big mistake I made. And just forgive me. I'm possibly not even, like, really audible enough. Sorry. So, yeah, just allow me to tell you the other thing I did that was, totally wrong. Trying, to heal and go through, my depression, because I never got any treatment for it. Or rather, even any therapy or any talks or, whatever. So, guys, oh my God, I'm really sorry. I know the better part of this, you've probably not heard me. But yeah, that was it. So, how is that? That is how, like, I ended up. And thanks so much for even, like, watching. Please remember to subscribe, give my video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next episode. Okay, I'll tell you, like, more of how I tried, to go through my depression and recover from, all the things that I had gone through, and how I got finally here. Because, as you can see, we can only get better by the day, right? Okay, have a nice time. I'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe and give my video a thumbs up. Mwah. Love you. Bye.